Welcome, everybody, to Scott County High School tonight's girls basketball game. 42nd District Showdown rematch last year's championship as the five-time defending 42nd District champion Scott County Lady Cardinals go up against the new kids on the block, the Frederick Douglass Broncos. In every sport, it seems like they're right there with the Cardinals or challenging them or challenging everybody else for top dog status in this district, and girls basketball is no exception. Last year's three games were extreme battles, and we expect nothing less tonight. The Lady Cards are coming in a little bit shorthanded. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm Cal Oakes. My guest tonight is Jim McClanahan. And Jim, good to have you here. And we're expecting well, you were here for that JV game, and it was a rough one. We're hoping the varsity game is a little more entertaining and a little more dramatic than that.
It was, Cal. I'm excited to be here with you tonight, and hopefully we'll see a good game. The JV game was kind of a runaway. The Frederick Douglass had a great press, and it was hard for the Cardinals to get the ball down the floor, and the final score was 58-12, so it was kind of lopsided. But hopefully the varsity will come out and do better. I was talking to Coach Steve Hilton before the game, and he's got three players out. He's got three seniors on the team, and two of them are out with injuries. So he's kind of shorthanded, as you said.
You live by the sword and you die by the sword. That's what Scott County has done to teams for so many years, pressed them and scored points in transition and easy layups and things of that nature. And so sometimes, as Coach Hilton says, the circle of the wheel of life comes back around to you sometimes. We hope that's not the case with this varsity game. Just to follow up on what we were both saying, Emma Price out for the season. She was injured in the second preseason game, a game against Newport Central Catholic, going for a loose ball under the basket, just landed awkwardly. And as Coach Hilton has seen a few times over the years, you kind of know it when you see it. But the news was not good that night and has not been good since. So they will be without a senior who was one of their two leading scorers last year at 15 points per game and their best three-point shooter. They're also down another senior starter, Brianna Penny, who's certainly makes her mark defensively more so than anything else for this team. So it'll be interesting to see how they compensate for that. Belle Banner, an eighth grader, started Tuesday night down at South Laurel or North Laurel, excuse me, and that was a one-sided loss for Lady Cards. They got down by the running clock margin in the fourth quarter, early fourth quarter. It's going to be a tough schedule. Lady Cards, after this one, will have to play three of the better teams in the area in the central and northern part of the state. And next week's Toyota Classic, you've got Franklin County, Great Crossing, and Simon Kenton. So
that's going to be a tough schedule.
When you're from Scott County, you know you play the best no matter what your situation is. And we've seen in other sports, sometimes that can affect your one-loss record. I know last year they got off to a similar start against a similar schedule, and then things kind of slowed down a little bit. But you don't see a lot of breaks. After the Toyota Classic, they go to Lexington Catholic and play in the traditional bank tournament, which attracts some of the best teams in the state every year. So it's a tough December, long December, as the song goes, and we'll see how it pans out. But this is a team that has some talent back. We don't want to diminish their chances tonight, as Kennedy Tompkins, you and I have probably seen our share of her. This is, I think, her sixth year on the varsity. Kennedy took advantage of that extra senior year that they allowed the kids, and obviously she can do it all. She scored 1,000 points. I think she's probably over 1,000 rebounds now. If she's not, she will be soon. And
she averaged 12.2 last year. So
she averaged a double-double.
Yes, she did.
And obviously can hurt you from inside and hurt you from outside if you're trying to defend her. And her skills are such that Coach Helton has had to use her at point guard a lot. And I would imagine with the injury situation being what it was, we'll probably see more of that tonight. So,
but taking her out from under the goal is really hurting his under rebounds. That's the problem. And you got to pick your poison. I mean, what do? You take her out and let her bring the ball down, or you put her under the goal and get the rebounds. It's tough.
When your best athlete is 6'1" and your best ball handler is that same person, it is a tough situation.
It is.
You have to you're right. You have to pick your poison and flip your coin and go from there. But
You mentioned earlier about Frederick Douglass rising in all sports. Of course, football, tomorrow they play South Warren in the championship of the 5A. And South Warren is from Bowling Green. That's where my grandkids go to school.
Two schools that have not been around that long, but
No,
have made their mark in football.
They have.
South Warren going for its third state championship, and I believe the past 7 seasons, and Frederick Douglass trying to win its first.
Exactly.
So.
And, the game this afternoon with Beechwood and LCA was a close one.
Two great
Beechwood
games.
got off to a 20-0 lead. Then LCA come back and got the lead 21-0, and then they got a field goal there at the end and won.
And then LCA kind of toyed with the idea of kicking a long field goal.
Right.
Their kicker, they got a Division I kicker on their team, but 55 yards is a long
Right.
field goal. They went for it.
I don't know where you know it, Cal, but we have some connections, Scott County High School, with Beechwood organization. Mike Stacy is the superintendent up there.
My goodness. So
he was the assistant.
World.
He was the assistant here at Scott County several years ago, assistant principal of the high school. He went to a principal position in Fayette County, and then he ended up over in Woodford County as assistant superintendent. And then he's been in Beechwood for several years as superintendent. He's a really nice guy, and they got a great program up there, a great athletic program.
They had the player of the year last year and probably this year again, and their
Yes.
quarterback, Cam Herget. And they won it. They won it today in dramatic fashion. And Pikeville had to hold off Russellville in the
They did
1A 30-28. That was a back and forth, high scoring first half, and then a defensive struggle after that. But tonight, I guess, is Johnson Central and Bull County.
Yes, that should
to
be
wrap
another
it
good
up.
game.
That's of course, they're playing in memory of Coach Jim Matney down there at Johnson Central, and what a run they've had. Bull County, though, had their way with Frederick Douglass. So you're doing something right if you beat that team 34-7 the way that they did during the season. So this Douglass program, athletically speaking, we've seen them in boys basketball. They won the Toyota Classic 2 years ago. They're going to come back and defend that title, or try to defend that title next week. They had a tough game against Henry Clay in their opener, but they've got a lot of talent. They're ranked in the top 25. And this girls program, they got 2 players we want to watch for tonight. They have a 6'2 sophomore named Ayana Sarah Darrington. She reminds Coach Helton a lot of Malaya Williams. He told me last year, maybe not quite as tall, close to it. Has a lot of those same guard skills. She can do a lot of different things. She'll play on the wing, even at 6'2". And then Allison Wallace, a 5'9 senior, 2-guard. She's been with that program basically since they started when she was in 8th grade. So they have slowly clawed their way near to the top. They split last year, ended a multi-year winning streak. I believe it was a 40-plus game winning streak that Scott County had in the district during the regular season. And then Scott County won what was pretty much a rock fight in the district final. It was a low-scoring, tough shooting game, but SC found a way with Kennedy Tompkins and with Tyra Young to pull that one out. And Tyra is going to be a big factor, certainly with those 2 guards out of the lineup. They're going to have to get a lot of production out of her, and they've got to keep both those 2 out of foul trouble tonight.
Cal, they've got a freshman that didn't play last year, that number 34, that had 23 points in her first game. They lost, so she's just a freshman. So
wow, so that's another player to watch. And they did have a tough one. They lost to Montgomery County in their opener, so we'll see how they bounce back. We get the national anthem. We'll be back on the other side. We're back with you, Cal Oaks. Jim McClanahan here for 42nd District Girls Basketball, the first district game of the season. It's Scott County hosting Frederick Douglass, and this is a matchup not more than 2 or 3 years ago. Scott County was scoring 100 points in a game against this same Douglass program, and it's a different look now with Daryl Moberly coaching the Broncos. They've got that experienced group, as we mentioned. Bradley Price, one of the seniors on that roster, she will start for the Broncos. Nia Rhodes, you mentioned that superb freshman, 5'7". Allie Wallace, a 5'9" shooting guard. Ayana Sari Darrington, that 6'2" sophomore wing. And Kate Baker, point guard, 5'3" freshman. So they've got a mix, do Douglass, of some youth and some experience that's been through these battles against Scott County. For Scott County, Kennedy Tompkins, she wears number 5. She is the player to watch at all times. Tyra Young, a junior, is also a key. Malia Moore, she's in her 3rd year with this program. I believe she's another one that reclassified. She's listed as a freshman, but she's a veteran. They'll need some additional output from her at both ends of the floor to stay competitive with their numbers situation right now. You're going to have Kirsten Young, another 8th grader. She's 5'10". She's looked good in the preseason. In a lot different situation than she'll be thrown into tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how she handles that. It'll be Kelsey Hall getting the start as well. She's a junior, so it'll be Hall, Kirsten Young, Tyra Young, Malia Moore, and Kennedy Tompkins. For the Scott County Lady Cardinals, who are 0-1 on the season, Douglass also 0-1. Each of them went on the road outside of the district to start the week. Douglass lost a close one up at Montgomery County and Mount Sterling. And down in London, Scott County took a knockout punch in the second quarter from North Laurel. That was a 23-2 second period. It's something you can't afford, obviously, tonight. Important for Scott County, I think, Jim, to get out front, get some confidence. And,
I agree. I was going to say the Kelsey Hall, 22, played a lot in the JV game, so she's already played some tonight. So we'll see how
she is.
She does.
She's capable of doing that. She's one of the top soccer players, and I've seen her run for 80 minutes at a time there. So it's something she'll have to play a lot of minutes on the varsity. There's no question that that was kind of the same role Tyra Young played last year. She would play almost the entire JV game. And
they're leaving 34 wide open.
They left her. They lost the tap, conceded the tap, and Tompkins swatted it away, and Tyra Young comes up with it. So Scott County turns them over after losing the tap. They sure did.
They should have had somebody behind that 34. She's wide open there on their end.
She was going to dunk it if they weren't careful. Here's the inbounds pass from Tyra Young to Malia Moore. Moore will run the point, at least on this first possession. She'll get it over to Young. Back to Kelsey Hall, inside to Tompkins, looks to Kirsten Young. Back to Tompkins up top. She is not shy about firing the 3, and she knocks it down. KT puts SC on the board. That's what we've said about Kennedy Tompkins. She can hurt you from anywhere on the floor, and she does it there. Douglass with the ball. It's Kate Baker, freshman point guard, going right at it to the right baseline. Flings a floater up there. Coming over the top is Wallace, and it will be off of her hands to Scott County. So SC with a good start, 3-0, and they'll have the possession here with 7:18 remaining first quarter. Thanks for joining us on the NFHS Network as well as News Graphic on our YouTube platform. They break the pressure and get it up to Tyra Young, who pops from 17 feet. It's an air ball and rebounded by Allison Wallace, and they're going to get the foul on Malia Moore. And that's one thing. Foul trouble is something SC can't afford.
They can't. They don't have enough depth. That's true.
So, and historically speaking, it's been Tompkins and Young that have been the two that have had to watch that. So we will see. Have to play a different brand of defense and be conscious of that a little bit. Baker with the ball up top, guarded by Kirsten Young. As we said, they're starting an 8th grader for the second straight game. It was Banner the other night. It's Young tonight. Allison Wallace. Back to Bradley Price, another of those seniors on the roster. There's a strong take by Rhodes, and she'll draw the contact and go to the line. The 5'7" freshman, who you said had 20 plus the other night, basically half her team's offense, and she's getting right back to it tonight.
That's a second foul on number 2.
And Malia Moore will sit early. I think Banner will probably check in for her. And not even 75 seconds into the game, 76 seconds, I should say. It will be Belle Banner checking in for Malia Moore, but Steve Helton kind of apoplectic, saying, you got to be careful in that situation. Rhodes makes the first and makes the second. Good free throw shooter, it would appear, for Douglas, who pulls within 3-2. Tompkins gets it to Young. They break through the pressure. They're going to see a lot of that as they did in the JV game, as you mentioned.
They're getting it down, though, in varsity. That's the difference.
Yeah, they have the confidence that Tompkins and Young can break through it. Both of them are. You don't think of them as being fleet of foot, but they are. They can break through that pressure. Tyra is deceptively quick, and KT came back in really great basketball shape this year as well. There is another wild shot, and it's rebounded by Price, who will take it the other way quickly. They had numbers for a moment. She'll kick it out for a three-point attempt. It's off the rim, no good.
Nice
Tompkins
rebound
with the rebound, and that's what you need out of Kennedy Tompkins. 15 points and 12 rebounds a game last year. She'll get it over to Tyra Young on the left side, who will fire it back to KT, looking to pass it in the middle. Now she thinks better of it and plays pass with Hall on the wing. Young from 3, good.
Nice
Tyra
shot.
knocks it down. Tyra matches KT from outside, and it's 6-2, Scott County. So a good start from outside by the Cardinals. Get some confidence early in the home gym and see what happens here. They're up 6-2 on Douglas. Battle of two of the top teams in the 42nd district. There's Bradley Price, wild shot, but rebounded by Darrington. Can't get it to fall on the follow, and it will go off of her hands to Scott County on the dead ball rebound. Tyra Young doing a good job contesting those misses, and they're getting those opportunities, not giving Douglas those second chances early. Tompkins, the Douglas fans certainly wanted a walk, and I might understand their confusion. Hall from 3, no good. Close. Young chasing the rebound, collision with Price, no call, and the Broncos will come away with it. Jumper is no good, but Darrington strong on the second chance, and she'll draw the contact and go to the line. Fouls on Kennedy Tompkins, her first. 5:19 to play, first quarter, 6-2 Scott County. Tonight's game presented by none other than the Georgetown News Graphic. My employer will have the player of the game at the end of this one. Ayana Sarah Darrington at the line. She is a sophomore, 6'2", makes the first, rolls it in. She's good from the wing. She's good on the boards. She's also a good volleyball player. She's a multi-sport athlete for these Broncos. Saw her in the fall when they played Great Crossing a couple of times. They are, I was going to say 4 for 4 from the line. I jinxed them without even saying it because it rolled off and Tompkins got the rebound. 6-3. Tyra Young with a stop and a floater that's good, the rainbow. She did a good job not shuffling her feet and getting called for the travel, and then she stopped and popped right in the paint, and it's 8-3. Good warm, I want to say hot start for the Cards. First 3 minutes as they are at least 3 for 5 from the floor. There's another jumper that's short but gets her own rebound. That's why they say follow your shot, Jim.
That's right.
Baker with the first field goal. Kate Baker, the freshman for the Douglas Broncos, to keep it at 8-5. And stepping on the line is Belle Banner, and it will be a turnover. Back to the Broncos. 8-5 Cardinal lead. 4:44. 4 is wild on the clock here early. Slowly bringing it up, Bradley Price, guarded by Kelsey Hall. Tompkins draws a crowd, as always. She's got Darrington on her. Had Baker cheating over a little bit on her. Now Wallace will go at Kirsten Young. Get it to Price. Price into the paint. Bounce pass to Darrington. Gets it back. Price will pop from the top of the key. No good.
Nice rebound there.
KT and Tyra both not giving them a lot of second opportunities. That's a good sign for the Cards. Tyra's going to hit from deep. She'll try to hit from deep. She's off the rim. No good. Rebound comes down to Darrington. That was a good 22, 23 feet away from the basket.
Yeah.
That was Morgan DeFore territory to bring back a name from the recent past. There is Wallace, steps inside the arc, but no good. Another rebound for Tyra Young. one and done for the Broncos so far, for the most part. Young will pop from standing on the line. That one's long, but a good rebound for Bell Banner. Can't get that to fall. Loose ball foul. Who's it going to be on? I think it's going to stay here and be against the Broncos. Looks like Allie Wallace. That'll be her first, the team's third. And that will bring someone off the bench to check in for her, Brescia Love. 5'9" forward, a senior. So a substitute senior for senior as Love checks in for Price. There's a inbound to a jump shot for Tompkins is no good. Tyra Young
nice
gets her mitts on the rebound.
Beautiful.
And the little baby hook turnaround gets it to go. Tyra Young with 7 points early, 10-5. Scott County leads.
She was really fighting for that offensive rebound.
I like the fight from Tyra Young that we're seeing. The two players that we said had to lead this team are doing it so far. Tompkins and Young. There was a three-point attempt from Wallace up top. Rolls off the rim, but a good rebound and still no good. Tompkins gets it this time. Nia Rhodes had the second chance. Tompkins will get ahead to Kelsey Hall. Layup doesn't go down. Now there's a tie-up. Tyra Young.
She fights for that offensive rebound.
Young does not get cheated. She tried to tear it away from Love, and the possession arrow will go to the Broncos. Tyra playing hard as she always does. 3:05 now. What we got? We got I think an inadvertent buzzer.
Right.
Now they want to talk about the possession arrow, and they're not sure who it should have gone to. I think it should be Scott County ball.
I think so. They're changing it.
There was a tie-up, and everybody just assumed Douglas, but it might be because they hadn't swapped the last one. Douglas did win the tap. I can't remember if we've had a tie-up.
I don't think so. This is the first time.
Right.
So it was Scott County. They just didn't change the arrow.
Kirsten Young will lob the ball into Tompkins behind the three-point arc up top. Now Tompkins will fire it into Banner for a short jumper.
Shot.
No good. Rebound to Darrington as Kirsten Young contested it for a moment but backs away. Nia Rhodes guarded by Banner. Tompkins comes in to help, and I think she's going to. No, they're going to get Banner for the foul.
Okay,
that's good news because you
don't
want them on Tompkins this early. That is team foul number 4, but another shooting foul will send Nia Rhodes to the line. Rhodes makes the first. This pretty good free throw shooting team so far. They've hit 4 out of 5, have the Douglas Broncos to keep it close. Make it 5 out of 6.
Nice player there, number 34.
She is. We can see how she got 20-something the other night.
23 the other night. Oh.
Out of bounds, but it will stay with the Cardinals.
Got a little lucky on that one.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the unforced errors in a game like this.
Right.
Tompkins will take the air out of it for a moment. They'll work it inside to Young and back out to Hall for a 3. Back rim, no good. Ref saying it was up on the top of the basket stanchion, and it's going to Douglas. 2:34 to play, first quarter. 10-7 Scott County. Cards have led it all the way so far. Checking into the game, looks like it'll be Allison Mosby. She's another one of those young kids, a freshman. There is a three-point attempt from Rhodes, no good. High rebound, going up for it and getting it. The second opportunity is Love. That'll cut it to 10-9. They've got to get somebody other than Tompkins or Young into this offense.
Right.
They've missed a lot of shots. They've tried to involve those other kids, and they just can't get a shot to go down. And somebody going to have to knock one as a few other faces are checking in. Melanie McClanahan into the game, along with Allison Mosby. Tyra Young will run the offense for now. They'll move KT. Now KT takes it from the top of the arc and drains the 3. They kind of lulled him to sleep there as KT wasn't running the point. She just stepped behind the arc and fired away. That's her second 3. Tompkins and Young have combined for a baker's dozen, and back in front by 4 go the Cards, 13-9. Douglas working the ball on the wing, taking their sweet time, but they'll stop and pop from 3 now. There's a rainbow that's no good, but again, an offensive rebound. Baker missed the shot, but Love went up for it. She's taken 2 good offensive boards here in the last 2 possessions. Looked like a shuffle of the feet, but they didn't call. Front rim no good. Tompkins with a long board, and she will step up the running game for the Cards. A little spin, Euro step, call it what you will. She missed the shot. Darrington took the rebound. The drive, the kick, Wallace for an open 3, in and out. Rebound, kicked around, taken by McClanahan. 5'10" junior volleyball player. Hadn't played basketball in a while till this year. They're going to get her a layup, but she misses. Nice pass by Tyra Young. Wallace will come away with the board. Final minute of the first quarter. 13-9 Cards. Wallace dumps it into Darrington. Blocked by Tompkins.
Good block.
Yeah, it is a good block. It will stay with Douglas on the possession arrow. But KT making the good defensive play there. Good body control to avoid the foul. Checking into the game, Kensley Callison, freshman. So Steve Helton getting these young kids on the floor early. He's really got no choice. He's got to work on that depth early in the season. Baptism by fire. As long as he's got Tompkins and or Tyra Young on the floor with them, I think he's okay.
Right.
What are they going to call here? Away from the ball. It's going to be an offensive foul.
Okay.
On Love. She's been a force on the boards, but she was a little too physical there. They couldn't even inbound the ball. 13-9, but there's a turnover, just a bad giveaway as Wallace takes it, kicks it out to Rhodes for a 3, who drains it and makes it a 1-point game once again. Rhodes from the left wing, she has 6, 13-12 SC. Now Tyra Young breaks through the pressure, barely avoids getting it taken away at the half-court stripe as Wallace got her hand in there. It will stay with the Cards, 23.6 seconds. Good first quarter for the Cards, but you don't want to give away the lead in these closing seconds. Mosby will inbound it to Young.
They're looking to take the last shot here.
That would be the smart move, I would think. Shorten this game in any way you can. He's getting KT a breather right now.
They're playing a 2-3 zone back here.
And we've got apparently the point of emphasis on the offensive fouls. What do we get there?
I think it's 3 seconds.
Okay, yeah, the way his second, it was a strange 3-point signal.
Yeah, it looked like a 3-second call.
That's what it was. Rhodes tried another 3, but the rebound popped away, and that's what happens. Sometimes when you miss that long-range shot, it misses so badly that someone will get a secondary opportunity, and that's what happened there with Wallace. She gets her first 2 points of the night.
That's the first time they've led the whole quarter, right at the end.
Indeed.
The last second shot.
14-13, a buzzer beater for Allison Wallace off the offensive boards, and that gives Douglas the 14-13 cushion. They made the extra point, I guess, if you're thinking in football terms. Got another game going on in Lexington. We'll track for you a little bit. Great Crossing girls playing their season opener at Dunbar tonight. So this Douglas team has the confidence after beating Scott County once last season at their home gym, and then on a neutral site in the district. It was a turnaround for Scott County. SC also won when they played here.
All 3 games were fairly close, though.
Yes, they were all tight.
Interesting thing, Scott County was 8-1 last year in the district, and Frederick Douglass was 5-4, so it was quite a bit of difference in their district record. But
yeah, it was Henry Clay was improved last year. Station was improved. Those games, although Scott County won them, they were tougher than they had been. Malia Moore, they need to get her involved. She steps up with a 3 from the top of the arc to reclaim the lead.
That was a nice shot. Right after wide open.
They did. They've got to respect her if she starts to make those. She had some games where she would put them down last year. What do we got here? Some
foul
contact out front.
Alice Mosley foul.
Mosby will get called for it. Douglas inbounds, 7:35 to play first half. SC back on top, 16-14. It's been a good close battle so far. Wallace from the wing. A line
Oh.
drive shot is no good for 3, and Tompkins comes away with the board. She'll bring it back up quickly through the paint. Floater.
She got fouled.
Draws the contact from, I think, Wallace. If that is, it'll be her second. And that's important. She's one of the veterans on this Douglas team.
Yes.
Tompkins at the line. She has her moments there. She's improved over the years, up to about 60-65% shooter in the past couple of seasons.
Yeah, Wallace was their leading scorer last year at 14 points a game.
She was, and she was probably their best player in the district final, that, as I recall. Tompkins short arms the first free throw attempt. She makes the second, however, 17-14. Tompkins with 7 to match Tyra Young with 7 to lead the Cards so far. Broncos long pass inside, and there's a foul. Mosby went straight up, but they'll call her for the foul. Kennedy Brooks, another senior, coming off the bench.
That's 2 fouls on Mosley.
6 team fouls on the Cards, so it'll be the bonus after this. But Broncos have been aggressive, taking the ball to the hoop and getting 2 at a time. Brooks makes the first, 17-15. Bell Banner checks back into the game to replace Mosby. Brooks makes 1 of 2. Tompkins tears down the rebound. Right now it's Tompkins, Hall, Banner, Tyra Young, and Moore, who has the ball right now, steps inside the arc. Air ball from about 18. It will go out of bounds to Douglas. 17-15, Cards lead, 6:58 to play, second quarter. They are about still a good 24 minutes away from tip-off in the Great Crossing Dunbar game, so we won't have any updates on them for a while. It was a triple header over there, I believe.
Oh, almost a steal there.
Wallace. It's a Price. Price could have been a walk, but they're going to call a foul. That's the third on Malia Moore. Helton gambled to put her back in the game, and it was just a touch foul. It was not one you want. Wasn't contesting a shot or anything. 1-1 for Price. Bradley Price misses it, but a rebound for Love, and they will reset it. Nia Rhodes. They got to be careful not to pick up a fourth for Moore. Rhodes leaves it short. Tompkins.
Nice rebound there.
Great job on the defensive glass tonight so far. Tyra Young will not be denied except by the rim. She took it to the hole but couldn't finish. Wallace drops it off, and there's just another cheap foul. There is not much contact, but Tyra will be called for it.
It's her first.
Fortunately, only her first. Checking into the game, Kinsley Callison, as Moore will sit down for the duration of the half, which is 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Cards nursing a 17-15 lead. Makes the first free throw, so she'll get the bonus. First point of the night for Bradley Price. Misses the second, had a chance to tie it. Now it will be Tyra Young dribbling through pressure, dribbling all the way to the rack again. This time gets it to drop in. Took it through traffic. She has 9 points to lead the Cards, 19-16. Quickly up for the Douglas Broncos, and a 3 to tie is Kate Baker, the freshman. They didn't leave her much space, but she didn't need much. 19-19. And here comes Tompkins across the timeline, and they will get her for a carry.
Carried the ball.
5:52 remaining in the half, and Douglas with a chance to reclaim the lead. Been a tight battle so far between, once again, as we expected, Scott County and Frederick Douglass. Their last 3 or 4 games in the series have been like this. Wallace for 3 from the left corner is good.
They're going to get out on her. She can make those.
And they will have to untangle the net after that one. Yeah, they can't leave any of these shooters open for Douglas. Kelsey Hall dribbles through the pressure, gets it back to Tompkins. A little floater of a pass, but Tompkins will draw the contact. That'll be the 16th foul on Douglas. Inbound under the basket, Hall to Tompkins up top, taken away by Bradley Price, and Tompkins will get called for the frustration foul as she reaches in. I believe that's 2 on KT. 5:20 to play, and you got to be real careful because they can ill afford to lose. You see, you're already down 2 starters. You've got a third on the bench with 3 fouls, and you're down to Tompkins and Tyra Young right now, and then it becomes pretty much your JV lineup. Front end is missed. Tyra tears down the rebound, but she got it knocked away, fortunately for her. I thought so too. It was a high dribble. Kennedy Brooks got her hand in there.
Yeah, it was a high dribble, but she...
Tyra Young running the offense to Hall for a 3. Misses back rim. Tompkins goes after the rebound aggressively, which you got to be careful. Yeah.
Very good hustle, but
out of bounds. It will go to Douglas. 5:06 to play in the half. Broncos 22, Cardinals 19. Lady Cards trying to patch things together here in many ways against a hungry Frederick Douglass team. Wallace thought about the 3. Now she'll drive it inside the arc.
She got her hand up a little bit on her that time, so she didn't shoot it.
Price with a collision, no call, takes it to the hoop.
Oh, nice rebound.
And Young comes away with it. Didn't get the rim, didn't even really get the backboard on the shot attempt.
There was 2 people chasing her on that.
Tyra Young's going to get a chance to go to the line as it will be a bonus situation. Douglas called, foul called on Bradley Price, her second. Seeing a lot of frustration fouls this game. A player does something negatively and they'll get called for a foul on the very next defensive trip down the floor. Both teams have been guilty of that tonight, and it's the situation Price was in there. Tyra misses the front end, but Kelsey Hall with the offensive rebound misses the second chance. Darrington with the board. And she will take it down quickly for Douglas. Euro step, layup is no good. She crashes to the floor in pursuit of the rebound. What are they going to call? Is it going to be a foul on Tyra? I believe it is. That'll be her second. So now you have Tompkins with 2, Young with 2, Moore with 3, Mosby with a couple. Actually, it might be 3 on Mosby. She's sitting on the bench too right now. Nope, she's checking back in, so she does only have 2.
Has 2.
Darrington makes the first free throw. Broncos have their biggest lead of the night at 4. That's the thing. You can't change the leopard spots. Scott County plays this aggressive defense. You've got to be what you are, but when you play that aggressive defense, you're going to commit a lot of fouls, and you can't really afford to right now.
That's right. You don't have the depth in the Atlanta.
1 of 2 for Darrington. Young came away with it. 23-19. She dribbles the ball up top. Travel. So the turnover total is mounting in addition to the foul total. 4:16 to play. It's gotten a little choppy after a hot shooting start as Tompkins and Young staked SC to the early lead, but the frustration on the fouls have set in. Good work through the half-court pressure as Darrington finds Kennedy Brooks for an easy layup and a timeout. 30-second TO for Steve Helton with 4:04 to play in the half. It's Douglas 25, Scott County 19. So what could not afford to happen for Scott County is the depth that is so strained right now is really hurting because of foul trouble.
You got their 3 best scorers that's in foul trouble.
Douglas has shot a lot of free throws already. They've made 8. Cards have only made 1. There's a 3-point attempt from Mosby off the front of the rim, tipped by Tompkins, but coming away with it is Brooks. Broncos taking the time to run their half-court offense. Brooks baseline drive. It's good.
Oh,
They're heating up.
they are.
Brooks has 5 this quarter. And now the pressure. That's the thing. When you make shots, you can put on that full court pressure. There's a steal and a fast break layup that's no good, but a second chance that is also no good. Brooks tangled up with Tompkins. Jump ball. Held ball. Will stay with Douglas. 8-point lead is the largest of the night for the Broncos. Checking in is Kirsten Young, who started this game, the 5'10" 8th grader. Baker looking, finally finds Rhodes, gets it back.
Wide open, but she missed it.
Yeah, off the side of the backboard. Young end to end and one.
Nice.
That's a big play by Tyra, who's into double digits with 11. She got the rebound and she took off. Cuts it to 6, 27-21, 3:08 to play. She will try to wedge further into that lead as she goes to the line. Can't complete the 3-point play. Tompkins went after the rebound, but Wallace came away with it. Baker to Rhodes for 3. Boom, swish.
Nice shot.
Rhodes has 10 on the night. That's her second 3. And a foul there.
Should have been a foul there.
Rhodes got into Mosby, and Mosby will go to the line for 1-1. So it's a double bonus for Douglas, and the next foul will be a double bonus for Scott County, as that's the 9th team foul on the Broncos. 30-21 with 2:50 to play. The pace of this game has slowed down with all the whistles. And we have a lane violation, or what do we have? Violation of some sort, as she will not even get a chance to attempt the front end.
That's a shame.
Young team making some young mistakes tonight here in the second quarter. 30-21, and now all of a sudden the Broncos have a chance to push this to double digits. They are trying to fight through the zone, and there is Tompkins reaching over the top for what I believe will be her 3rd foul. And KT will have to sit down. Kelsey Hall will check in. So the only starter, or usual starter, that's available for the final 2:37 of this half will be Tyra Young, and even she has 2 fouls. Darrington short arms the first free throw. She'll have another as it's a double bonus. Misses both. Young chases down the rebound. Scott County somehow staying in this one. Young, the floater is good. Tyra Young's going to have to take this game over now. Give her 13 on the night. She's had chances from the line to even have a bigger night than that.
Wide open, too.
There is a open 3 in and out, fortunately for the Cards, but Darrington runs down the rebound and gets it back to Wallace. Wallace travels.
Okay, they get the ball back.
Clock stops with 2:09. Cards down 7. Chance to take another bite out of this deficit. They led early. Most of the second quarter has been a Broncos advantage. Allison Wallace gave them the lead. They could have called the travel but Mosby got away with one.
Yeah, I was going to say she walked.
Hall spins away from not really pressure at this point, as the Douglas Broncos have kind of dropped off with their foul situation as well. Hall has been long on the threes all night.
Nice rebound there.
Kirsten Young, good offensive board to get it to Tyra Young. Blocked by Darrington. 2-on-1 the other way, and Darrington will get the easy layup out of it. Good feed from Reagan Gregonis, who just checked into the game. Darrington's first field goal. And the Broncos are up 9, but they will get called for a foul, and Tyra will be headed back to the line for 2. It's been a long second quarter, Jim.
It has. They need to start making their 3 throws.
Yeah, they do. They have a chance.
Here.
They've had a golden opportunity. Both teams have really missed some opportunities lately. You see those early season legs kind of get to you too when you're at the line.
There you go.
Tyra makes that first one. That's her first free throw make of the night. Cuts it to 8. She has 14 points. Make it 15. Right. 2 for 2. Gotta love that. 32-25, 1:33 to play. Douglas on top with the ball. Allison Wallace for three.
Another
Good.
wide open three.
Boy, you do not want to leave her any space. We've
No.
seen it before, and she's doing it tonight. Yeah, they could have called the travel, but they called the contact first. Coach Moberly not happy with that. But Scott County's headed to the line, down 10, but a chance to cut into it. Belle Banner, the 8th grader, started and scored 8 points down at North Laurel. She has not scored tonight, but she will get a chance here. Misses the first. Might have grazed the rim, but not much.
Just very short, wasn't it?
That was a tough one. Left-hander makes the second one. Makes the second one to get it back to single digits at 35-26. 1:21 to play in this long and winding first half. Tyra Young has had herself quite a night, 15 points to keep Scott County in this, but the threes have really separated Douglas. And there's another attempt from Price from long range. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Mosby. Mosby up ahead to Banner. Pull-up shot. Rules around and in. Belle Banner with 3 points now. In the final minute, gets Scott County within 7. Price to Darrington. Back to Price in the corner to Baker. Steps inside the arc. Misses it. Rebound to
nice rebound by
Kelsey Hall. Spins away from the half-court pressure. Tyra Young over to Mosby from 3. That would have been a big one to get him within 4 again. Scott County chased after it. Kirsten Young couldn't save it. Clock stops, 28.4 seconds. Douglas ball. Douglas probably will be content to take the final shot. Both teams in 10-plus foul shenanigans at this point. Really can't afford to get anyone else in foul trouble. Inside the arc, and there is a foul they didn't need to make as Mosby gets Brooks on the arm.
That's
almost after the shot had gone. That's 3. And back to the line, Brooks for the Broncos. Misses the first. So both teams have left some points on the table from the line. Kennedy Brooks will have a second, as has been the case for a while now with the double bonus. Makes it 36-28, 11 seconds, 10. Tyra Young dribbles the ball down as Scott County will hopefully take the final shot. Hopefully she's aware of the clock. 3, 2, 1. Now she's going to step back and fire and get it blocked.
That wasn't much.
Just couldn't get the shot they wanted as Gregonis got her hands on it. Didn't go anywhere. 36-28 is your halftime score. Frederick Douglass hit 4 3-pointers in that second stanza. Put 22 points on the board. They get the lead out of it. Both teams not leaving the court yet. I don't know what's going on here. Waiting to see if there was a foul or anything of that sort, I guess.
Huh, it's interesting.
Yeah, both teams just kind of huddled with their coach. We'll get some scoring. I don't know if we'll have stats or not. So anyway, after a discussion, or I don't know what it was, we have your halftime score. Frederick Douglass 36, Scott County 28. Individual scoring. We'll go with the visiting Frederick Douglass Broncos first. I have Nia Rhodes with 10. Allison Wallace with 8. Kennedy Brooks with 6. Kate Baker with 5. Ayana Darrington with 4. Risha Love with 2. Bradley Price with 1 for a total of 36. Tyra Young with 15 to lead the Cards. Kennedy Tompkins with 7. She had 2 early threes. Foul trouble in the second quarter held her to the 7. Malia Moore hit the 1-3 before departing the game with 3 fouls. And Belle Banner with 3 for a total of 28. Well, I guess fouls would be the story. Fouls and free throws, and those 3-pointers, as we said. You give Douglas just a little bit of space, they can make you pay.
They've got to get out on the 3-point shooters. They can't let them shoot wide open threes.
Allison Wallace, in particular, that young lady has fired away, and also like what I saw from Nia Rhodes. You mentioned her before the game, and she has not disappointed for Douglas.
No, she's a good player, just a freshman too.
They've got the mix of young and old, or young and experienced, and it has meshed together well for the Broncos as they have the 8-point lead. So this is the third game in 4 nights. We are glad you all have been able to join us here on the network, and we want to remind you that the Toyota Classic is coming up. Now, those of us that have been around, I have not been here as long as you, but we're all accustomed to the Toyota Classic being in mid-January, and that is
really the mid to end January. It's about the 21st.
About the end of January,
end of
you're right, and it's no longer the case. They have moved it permanently. That is a permanent change. I think getting away from it's just become a hard time of year to get teams to come. Now you've got more competition for those type of tournaments in December, so it could be equally hard to get those teams to come. But a lot has changed. Obviously, we've now got 2 host sites that will be involved in the mix. So,
do you know the teams? I know the girls. It's Franklin County and
and Scott County and Great Crossings
and
Simon
Kitten.
I can give you most of the boys' teams off the top of my head, and then
it's Lafayette.
I'll have to cheat at the end. Yeah. Scott County, Great Crossing, Lafayette, Lexington Christian.
Yeah, I know those.
Frederick
4.
Douglas.
Okay.
I want to say maybe Lincoln County.
County?
Maybe I could be wrong with that.
I haven't seen that schedule. I assume you guys are.
It's on the it's on the KHSAA site. It's one of those things that it's sneaking up on us all.
Right.
At this point, but we will fish it right here as we have some stats too. Thank you.
All right.
We will get the Toyota Classic schedule. That's the girls. Let's get the boys called up here. All right. South Laurel, West Jessamine, Holy Cross Covington. So it's not Lincoln County. Those are the other 3.
Okay.
So the 3 non-Lexington, Georgetown schools are West Jessamine, Holy Cross Covington, and South Laurel.
So West Jessamine is a team that played Great Crossings the other
day. They did.
Right?
They lost. They came in. They lost. Great Crossing has won both of its games by double digits, and it's been against teams that have beaten them in the past. So
right. I was going to say the West Jessamine beat Great Crossings this summer. They said quite a bit.
South Oldham really beat them handily.
Right.
And, Great Crossing pretty much led that one for the most part, not from start to finish. There was a little stretch in the second and third quarter where South Oldham kind of went toe-to-toe with them and then stretched out the lead back in the fourth. And
Great Crossings has got a super team, especially they got a lot of young players, but they're really talented.
Knock on wood, I think both boys programs are really on an upward trajectory. I like what I've seen from Scott County. I like that group that won the 11th Region JV tournament a couple of years ago. A lot of those kids had experience in the varsity 11th Region championship team that same year. And I just like their sense of teamwork. They don't really seem to care who does the scoring on any given night, and that's going to serve them well. And as you said, Great Crossing, just really young and talented. They've got 3 freshmen in the starting lineup.
Actually, they could have 4 or 5 freshmen. I mean,
Gage Richardson could start.
On any team.
He had 21 points last night coming off the bench.
Didn't miss a shot.
7 for 7.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he was just played like a man. I mean,
took a charge, played great defense.
He did.
Big play at the end of the game.
I said if those boys stay together until they're seniors, they can win the state.
They are going to be a factor.
They are. I mean, Marino just changes the game. I mean, he not only does he block shots, he changes the projection of the shots, and just amazing. I mean, when he was out the second quarter, it was a different game. But when he was in the game, It was a different
when
game.
he and the sophomore Jeremiah Godfrey,
Oh,
6'6", when those two guys are on the floor together,
Oh, me.
it just changes everything, and it leaves open shot after open shot for the likes of Richardson, Burrell, Dawson, Martin, you name it. They've got kids that can step up there. Carson Walls, Ty Skierman, the list goes on and on.
Oh, they got it. But I think Scott County's got a great team too. I think it'll be a close game.
It's going to be fun. I think Douglas coming in here has a good team. I think Holy Cross Covington, I think, is down a little bit. They had a really strong team last year, but I don't know what they're going to bring to the table.
What about Lafayette?
Lafayette, I saw they lost their opener. I think South Laurel's strong. I mean, they're not North Laurel. North Laurel's got Reed Shepard and a top of the ladder team there in the state. But no, I think there's it's going to be a fun Toyota Classic. It's the girls. That tournament's going to be great. Great Crossing's going to play a district game right off the jump with Franklin County.
Oh, that's a tough.
We've got that one at 6:00 Wednesday night, and basically every night we're going to be here. So y'all, if you can't make it out, we encourage you to. There's going to be games going on in both gyms pretty much every day and night, or every night and then all day Saturday. But we're going to be on the air each evening as well with one or two games, and then the championship.
I guess Scott County will play here, and Great Crosses play over unless they play
right,
each other.
And a championship game is over there, I think, no matter what.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's how it's going to work this year. So it's going to be fun, and of course the food's great, and so many other things about that tournament, the silent auction, and we all missed it last year. We all had to take a break from it. The season was much different last year with not starting until January and then being shortened and interrupted several times. But we're very glad to be back and fairly normal, I think, knock on wood so far. The stats from the first half, as you might expect, the shooting percentages have not been great. Scott County at 33.3%, Douglas at 28.9% from the field. Turnovers, I thought there were more. Douglas only turned it over twice. Scott County 7. Yeah, that one seems a little
What about the rebounds?
Suspect. The rebounds, been a lot of them, 29-27. Douglas with the slight advantage. Darrington has 7. Tyra Young had a double-double in the first half. 15 points, 11 rebounds.
That's great.
So that's and Tompkins 7 and 7. That is quite a show that those two can put on if they can stay out of foul trouble. But we'll see what the second half brings. This is still within reach for Scott County. They've just got to knock some shots down. They got to find someone other than Tompkins or Young to have the confidence to stick some shots.
Well, if Moore can stay in there and shoot, she can make them. I mean,
she's just got to not get that. She hasn't been on the floor more than I would say 4 minutes.
That's about it.
3 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, I was going to say she got 3 fouls.
3 minutes and 1 second, according to the sheet.
How many minutes does Kennedy Thompson?
She has played 13. So she's played 13 minutes and 11 seconds. So most of the way. Tyra has been on the court the entire half, 16 minutes. That's got to be a first for her.
Right.
So we shall see. Second chance points, Douglas 7-2. Points off turnovers, Douglas 10-0. Free throw points, Douglas 9-4. Douglas 9 for 18 from the line. Scott County 4 for 8. So we'll see how it plays out.
Well, Douglas was shooting better there at the beginning, so they must.
They really the ship hit the rocks there in the second quarter. I think the running game got to the legs a little bit.
I think you're right.
So we will see, but a good first half in a lot of ways. It was tough to watch in others, but it's competitive. Scott County. Steve Helton told me before the year he thought his team had to probably play just about perfect to be competitive in some of these tougher games. Well, they haven't been perfect, but they're hanging around. So.
Right.
Of course, tomorrow, both boys teams will be on the road, but if they're not long road trips for you fans that want to take a look in the afternoon at 2:30, Great Crossing will be up at Harrison County, or rather, that's a 3 o'clock start. They'll be up at Harrison County taking on Augusta. And a 2:30 start at LCA in the BGO Classic. Scott County will be taking on Greenwood. So another one of those Warren County teams, Jim.
Right.
That'll be a good intersectional matchup as they're considered one of the favorites in the 4th region. Young turns it over immediately as Price got a hand in there and it went off of Tyra's leg.
That's a shame.
Players just being introduced at Dunbar for the Great Crossing Dunbar girls game, so we'll try to get you some scoring updates. Probably won't get much of that one played before this one's over.
They got her pinned in the corner. Foul.
They're going to get a foul on Tyra Young, and that is not what you want. That'll be her 3rd. So now everybody's got 3, or they're injured.
Right.
So it's a tough situation. And you don't want to get 4 right here, but Tyra playing Wallace closely, and of course they're going right at her. They'll kick it to Baker for 3. That's no good.
Rebound.
Tompkins rebound. Trouble with the dribble for a moment, but she keeps it. Tompkins over to Hall. Hall back to Tompkins. Tompkins to Young. Deep 3 off the back rim. No good. Strong enough, but just couldn't get it there. It was on line. Rhodes dribbles through the pressure to Wallace. Foul line jumper short. Rebound Tyra Young. Tyra Young has played her heart out, but she's got to watch the foul situation right now. 36-28, 6:53 remaining 3rd quarter. Malia Moore created some space for herself, but will dish it to Young. Back to Young, another open 3. Good.
Good.
Rattles it in. Young has 18 points. It's a 5-point game. Scott County won't go away despite all the things stacked against them right now. Bradley Price
He's
dribbling
back to
the ball.
playing man-to-man this half. He's playing zone the first
Switching it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's the spin taken
nice
away
steal
by Tyra Young. She will take it to the rim all by herself. And it's good. Tyra Young, 20 points, career high. What a night for Tyra. 3-point game. Keeping Scott County in it by herself, the junior.
Comes a freshman.
Tipped by Tyra, but Wallace gets it for 3. Off the rim, no good. KT will chase it down, step the line. She should have just let it go out of bounds because it was a shot that was errant. All she had to do was shield the Douglas player. And that's kind of what Steve Helton is saying. He gave him a second chance here, basically. Allison Wallace guarded at a distance by Young, playing with 3 fouls. Tompkins playing with 3 fouls. Now what do we have? Timeout, Douglas. .540 to play, 3rd quarter. Tyra Young with 20 of the 33 points.
This is the best game I've seen her play.
She is unbelievable. She had a great game. Probably her best game up until now was in the playoffs against this team last year. I might be forgetting one during the regular season, but in a big spot, she came up big in that game. And she's such a multi-dimensional player. She can shoot. She can get to the rim. She just plays hard all the time. And she's been a heart and soul type player tonight.
She doesn't seem like she's getting tired either. She just
No, she does. She's played the entire game. Just Energizer Bunny kind of energy here. They're going to need it, and they're going to need her, as we said, to stay on the court for these final 13 and a half minutes if SC is going to have a chance to come back and pull this one out. Backdoor cut. Tompkins was there to stop it and taken away by Kirsten Young. Chance to maybe tie it here with a 3 for SC. They were down 8 at the half.
There you go.
Tompkins will take it. It's good. 36 apiece, 5:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the 2 stars are shining tonight.
8-0
they are on an 8-0 run. Good hard-nosed defense by Moore, but she's got to be careful.
You don't want it to force them, that's for sure.
Price. Across court.
Don't let her shoot.
Rhodes, Rainbow is no good. A rebound comes down to Kelsey Hall, and the Cards have a chance to reclaim the lead. I'm not sure I believe it. Malia Moore with the floater, no good. They rushed that shot.
Yeah.
Wallace rebound. Behind her back, Wallace dribbling. Over to Baker.
Don't let her shoot.
Corner, Wallace three. Rolled it off the rim, no good. Challenging for the rebound is Kirsten Young, as I'm losing my pens over here on this table that's slanted.
It's kind of lopsided.
It is lopsided, a little warped, kind of like me. 4:28, third quarter, 36-36. This is a good one here at Scott County High School. Wallace going to get a three off the inbound. Now she's going to dribble inside the arc and take the jumper and roll it in. Wallace reclaims the lead. She has 10 points, 38-36. Quickly up ahead to Kelsey Hall. Sensed a chance to get to the rim. They're going to call the block, and Hall's going to go to the line.
2 shots.
Foul is on Ayana Sari Darrington. That's only her first foul. Hall with a chance to tie the game at the free throw line. 4:17 to play, third quarter. Hall makes the first. Her first point of the night. Junior, as we said, outstanding soccer player. She's going to have to play a role on this basketball team for this team to grow and be successful. In and out with the second. Darrington with the rebound. Great Crossing girls trailing 9-5 early, 11-5, make it at Dunbar. 3 minutes in. Wallace for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Kirsten Young. Malia Moore up with it. Dribbles into the paint. Floater blocked by Darrington. Darrington gets the rebound but throws it away. Hall takes it.
Nice steal by Hall.
Hall has the ball, tries to kick it back to Tompkins. Now Tyra Young will have to chase it in the backcourt where it'll be a violation as Hall just got a little too fancy with the pass. 38-37, 3:45 remaining third quarter. It's been a battle here in the 42nd District with probably the two favorites in the district based on past and recent performance. Despite all of the obstacles Scott County has faced, they are in that mix for sure. They've proven it tonight, but there's a three from Baker. The freshman, Kate Baker, has 8 points. It's back to a 4-point lead. Tyra Young floater off the rim, no good. Wallace rebound. Scott County, since pulling even in this game, its shot selection has not been what it needs to be. And Douglas has found its shots. Baker trying to get another one. She'll find Wallace in the corner for three. Short, but rebounded off the glass, off the rim rather, by Baker. Long three for Rhodes is good. That was international NBA distance.
That was a long one.
Rhodes' third bomb of the night. She has 13 points, and just like that, a 9-1 run, 8-1 run makes it a 7-point lead. That's tough as Scott County had clawed its way back into it on a Tompkins three.
Yeah, it was 36-36, and since then they've only scored 1 point. The other team scored 8, so it's an 8-1 run.
KT tied it for the Cards, but since then it's been the threes by Rhodes and Baker.
Right.
$13 to 5 Dunbar over Great Crossing at the 4:06 mark of the first quarter. $2:57 to play in the third quarter here. It has not been a fast-moving game with all the whistles. Fouls have slowed down a little bit here in the second half, one apiece. They break the pressure to Tompkins. They find Young. Young stops and pops from 12 feet, no good. They are just
a foul.
And Young will get called for her fourth, and that's gonna hurt. Yep, it's exactly what it was, and we've seen it so many times tonight. That's going to be a rough one to dig out of now. Scott County shot selection has betrayed them a little bit lately, and now Young with the fourth foul. Drive and kick. Darrington finds Wallace by way of Baker.
Oh.
The spin for Wallace. So they're going to call content up and they're going to call the offensive foul on Allison Wallace.
How about that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That
Maybe
could have gone either way.
Yeah, it was 50-50 flip a coin. I think that's what Coach Moberly's saying too, behind the mask down here. 44-37, 2:31 to play. Scott County maybe catching a break. 2 team fouls apiece. Tompkins finds Mosby through the pressure. Mosby will have a layup blocked by Darrington or maybe by the bottom of the backboard. I'm not sure. One or the other.
Nice steal.
Tompkins reached in to take it away, but was standing on the line. 2:20 to play, third quarter. Wallace will check out of the game. She has 4 fouls after that player control. That's a break for the Cards.
It is.
She makes a lot of things happen. They've been pretty balanced. She has 10 points. Baker has 8. Rhodes has 13.
She averaged 14 last year, so she was
did.
their top scorer.
That's what she does. They're the kind of team that has different sources that can get in double digits, as we're seeing tonight. Douglas may be slowing it down a little bit. Baker kicks, 3-point attempt off, no good. But rebounded again. Boy, the offensive boards. Nia Rhodes went and got that one after Love missed the 3.
That was a nice rebound she made.
And again, sometimes the foul situation hurts you if you're Scott County. You can't go after the glass quite so hard. There's another 3-point attempt for Douglas off the mark. But chasing after her own miss is Kennedy Brooks and getting it. Inside, tipped away by Tompkins, but recovered by the Broncos. Another 3 is no
they
good.
finally get the rebound.
Moore gets the board finally on
Number
the third
2.
opportunity.
They got enough shots that time down.
Chance to get within 4. Hanging around. Tompkins from that same spot.
Right.
Yes, sir. Tompkins with her 4th 3-pointer of the night. 13 points. It's a 4-point game. 44-40. Minute to play in the third quarter. Douglas. A lot of half-court hands from Scott County. They have done a good job despite being in this foul situation, but dumping it inside to Darrington for an easy layup with Rhodes.
I really like Rhodes. She's a real player. She can pass, shoot, rebound.
She's got a lot of ways she can hurt you. There's a 3 from Moore off the front rim, no good. Darrington rebound. A lot of young talent on this Douglas team to go along with Wallace and some of the other seniors. There's a travel.
Oh, that was a break.
Brooks, also one of the seniors. Reagan Gregonis checking in. She played a little bit in the first half. She's an 8th grader, 5'5". (46-40). Scott County down 6 with the ball in the closing
They need to get
seconds.
a shot. They need to get a point here, a couple, maybe 3.
You could take the final shot here and give yourself a puncher's chance.
They need to get a better shot than they did last time at the end of the half.
Going into the final 8 minutes, have a chance to steal this one. Tompkins drawing a crowd as she is wont to do. What are they calling? They're going to call the foul on number 5, Gregonis.
On the floor, so they got to take it out with 3.5 seconds to go.
So, and out of bounds under the basket from Kelsey Hall.
No, they're going to bring it out the side.
Okay, they are going to move it over by the bench.
Right.
3.5. Tompkins waste no time, and an air ball from 28 feet. Steve Helton says, what was that? Scott County is still alive with 8 minutes to play. Frederick Douglass 46, SC 40 here on the Bird's Nest Broadcast Network. We'll thank some of our sponsors here in between quarters.
You know, Scott County won that quarter 15 to 10. So if they can do that this next quarter, they can. Well, they got to get more than 5. They got to beat them by 6 or more.
They've got to find a way to hit some shots and get to the line without fouling themselves.
That hurt when Young got that 4th foul on her. That
did.
That was big.
I want to thank Bluegrass Orthopedics, Burger King, Galvin's on Main, Greens Toyota of Lexington, Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Georgetown Community Hospital, West Banco, Time to Shine Car Wash, Domino's Pizza, Chick-fil-A of Georgetown, Steve Skierman, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Sword Performance, Clark's Pump and Shop, Return, Refresh, Refuel, People's Bank, Brickhouse Properties, Ozer Paint and Flooring, DMK CPA, BMT Maintenance LLC, Jersey Mike Subs. If I missed anybody, I apologize. I was reading them off the banners. Don't have my notes in front of me. We'll do better during the Classic. Frederick Douglass with the ball to start the fourth quarter. At the top of the key, foul line is Love.
Oh, she walked.
It looked like she got away with one there, did
She
Reagan
walked.
Vergonis.
Yeah, she walked. They didn't
We'll see if there's a makeup call here. Kate Baker with the ball. She'll kick it to Love for a three-point attempt. That's on the money.
Beautiful shot.
That is the way you want to start if you're the Broncos. Love with 5 points on the night. They said she was on the line, so 48-40. Give her 4 points on the evening. Scott County's got to get some points in a hurry, but they got a little too hurried after they tied the game. Tompkins, can she roll it in?
Great.
And the and one
And
with a
one.
chance to cut it to 5. Kennedy Tompkins having to carry the team on her back with Tyra Young's on the bench. Tyra Young is on the bench. For how much longer can Steve Helton afford to keep her there?
He's got to get her in there soon.
That's the $64,000 question right now. Tompkins from the line completes the
Okay.
three-point play, 48-43. 7:19 to play in regulation. Dribbling up slowly is Baker for Douglas. Done a good job running the point. A freshman lobs it inside to Love, who will get fouled by Tompkins, and that is 4 on KT. Nope, they're going to call it on someone else. It's going to be on Mosby. That's her 4th.
That's big.
I thought for sure it was on number 5 because she was right there. That's a break. Nothing against Mosby, but you've got to keep Tompkins in the game at all costs. 7:07, clock stops. Love misses the first free throw. She's a 5'9" senior. She has 4 points in this one. Douglas's pace from the free throw line slowed down after they made a bunch early. Love misses the second one as well. Hall chases down the rebound, an important one, as Tompkins brings it up for the Cards at the 7-minute mark. Over to Moore, thought about a deep 3, now thinks better of it, now drives the right baseline, gets it, contact, and they're going to call the block.
Call the block.
She ran into the very sturdy senior, Love, who got called for the foul, and Moore will go to the line. It's Love's second foul, 5th on the team, so neither team in the bonus yet. Moore in and out with the first. Still can cut it to 4. 6:55 to play. Moore makes the second. 4 points for Malia. 48-44. Scott County still hanging on. Wearing the life jacket in this one. They're going to get a timeout. Or they're going to call an offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
Scott County will take that. I didn't know if he was signaling toward the bench or what he was doing. He was signaling the offensive, the push.
Right, 23.
Little contact from Brescia Love. That's 2 quick ones for her. That's 3. And a chance to whittle this down to 2 or even closer. Got to get a good shot, though. Malia Moore has the ball. She's got Tompkins over in the corner. Moore takes the floater. It's good. 2-point game. Moore with 6 on the night. 6:24 to go.
Got to hold him here now.
Darrington going back to the scorer's table along with Wallace as Coach Moberly has seen enough. He's going to check 2 of his better players in. 3-pointer from Baker, way off the mark, but tipped. Who will get it? Douglas, baseline drive, floater, off the mark again. Another offensive board, another miss. Tompkins rebound. 6 minutes to go. Tompkins up ahead to Moore.
Okay, give it to
Tompkins, steps in, foul line jumper for the tie. Can't roll it in. And contact on the rebound. They're going to get the foul. Coming in is Bell Banner.
I'd like for her to stop and shoot the 3 there on that.
Yeah.
Because you've been wide open.
She had a notion.
She'd been wide open. If she could just stop there on the 3-point line and shot the 3, I think she'd been better off.
Douglas. Price to Darrington. to Wallace.
Oh.
Baseline jumper is short, but she chases down her own miss.
Man.
It gets kicked around to Price. Douglas saves it.
They got to get the board. They got to get the rebound if they miss.
Douglas, a long offensive set here, and a 5-second violation. Banner forced that one on Price.
Great defense there. I need to score here.
A chance.
They got to get a good shot.
Tie here. Or go ahead. Tompkins weaves it to Moore. Moore to Hall. Hall to Tompkins. Tompkins, the drive, the floater. Misses it, but she'll go to the line with a chance to tie this one. Foul is on Price. That's the 6th on the Broncos this half, so it'll be bonus after this. Clock stops at 5:04. Kennedy Tompkins, the super senior, 16 points on the evening.
Good.
The swish, make it 17. Cards within 1. This has been a battle between the two 42nd District powers, and you got to give a call to Scott County no matter how this turns out. Misses the second. Darrington with the rebound. Gets it to Wallace. Up ahead quickly to Price. Price wasting no time, pushing the tempo. Baker the drive. Contact. Good foul by Banner, I think, as they'll have to make Baker earn it at the line. And the clock stops at 4:53. Kate Baker, freshman, 8 points on the evening. It's the 3rd foul on Banner, 5th foul on the team this half. In and out with the free throw. Broncos are going to kick themselves if they go home with a loss tonight because they've had chances to salt this away or at least have a bigger lead from the line. Baker does make the second at a timeout for Douglas with 4:53 to play. Highly entertaining here as we're getting down to crunch time. As it's been, again, we'll use that term rock fight, as the shooting percentages have not been great, but from either the field or the line, Scott County has been able to hang in.
I'd say he's going to have to put Young back in there with less than 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I would say at this point you might need to pull the strings on that.
Yeah, there you go. I called it.
I would think he was probably mulling it over in his mind for a while.
She was on the back row, and I said, she's got to go in, and he sent her to the scorer's table. They've got to get the defensive rebounds. When they miss a shot,
Boy,
they've got to get
I
the
can't
ball.
imagine what the totals are this half, but Douglas has got to have about 15 offensive boards.
Oh, I know it. They've been shooting 2 and 3 times every time down the floor.
And they've been long offensive boards. They're the kind that you can't always get too mad as a coach because it's just the luck of the bounce sometimes.
That's true.
They are chasing them down to the corner. They're just bad, errant shots.
They're going to put the pressure on them. Looks like. No, they're not. I thought.
Both teams are in a little bit of foul difficulty, so it's taken that ability to pressure at least 84 feet away.
Right.
Tyra Young with the ball. She's had a great night, but we haven't seen her on the floor in a while. You can't get called for the offensive foul. You got to be careful with the forearm. Chance to tie or go ahead for the Lady Cards.
Shoot it.
Tompkins for 3 in the lead, in and out off the back rim.
It was so close.
And Darrington with that long rebound, as we said, will go the distance.
Oh,
they're going to call a block on Tyra Young, and that
all.
is her 5th.
That's a shame. Looked like she was set to me.
Tough call, but that's the end of the night for Tyra.
Oh, man.
She is right now, unless we can't award the player of the game yet, but she is certainly a candidate for it.
That's for sure. Whoa.
Darrington misses the first free throw. I'm telling you, keeping it alive.
The door open for Scott County.
They're above water. Misses the first, but makes the second, does Darrington. She
Now they're
has
going to
7
start
points.
pressing them.
3-point game. More hesitation. Dribble now will drive it to the rim.
Oh.
Looked like contact. Missed the layup.
Didn't call
Darrington came away with it. Douglas Ball with a 3-point lead. There is a 3-point attempt from Rhodes, and that
She's a
is
real deal now.
Dagger from Rhodes. She has hit a 3 in each quarter. She has 16. And now it's a 6-point game once again. Just seems like every time Scott County gets close.
With her added to the team, it makes a huge difference. She didn't play last year, so
No,
she's just a
I'm gonna
freshman.
say. Ninth grader.
Really good player.
Douglas back on in front by a half dozen.
She was in the first game. She was 5 for 8 from 3-point line, 62.5%.
Wow, so she's made 9 in her young career already.
Yes.
(23-15) Dunbar. 3:30 to go in the second quarter over in Lexington.
They're going to put full court press on them now. Oh, double team the ball here.
Malia Moore in trouble. She's got to find somebody. She throws it up ahead, and it's too long for Mosby.
Oh,
and without Tyra Young in the game, that's one of the few people they can reliably count on to bring the ball up the court through that pressure is gone. KT would be the other, but as we've discussed, when you use her in that, who's she going to pass the ball to for one thing, and then you're taking her out of the middle. There's a 3-point attempt from Baker that's long, but Darrington on the backside for the rebound. Tompkins will tie her up, and it will go to Scott County. Ball. That's a break. 6-point game, 3:43 left.
They need to score here. They definitely got to get a good shot, not throw it away.
It is down to the brass tacks here with 3:43 left, and the bench is thin. Opportunities are thin. That was not a backcourt because Moore was still on this side, but they've got to hurry. Did they get it across? Now Helton's going to get a full timeout. Yeah. He's going to save his team from.
He called a timeout to
save them from themselves.
Yeah.
That might be his next to last. There's a 2 on the board. They're down to 1 now.
Yeah, 1 timeout.
Douglas has 3 to reset this game. Team fouls, Douglas with 7. Scott County with 6. So every foul from here on out is at least a bonus.
They got plenty of time to get
this. Going to take a long time to play the final 3:34, I think.
I think
like
so.
An NBA game in that respect.
Yeah. I hate to see Young get fouled out there so quick. I mean, she come into play and then just
played her heart out. 15 in the first half, 20 in all, and I don't know how many rebounds she ended up with. Probably not too many more than the 11 she had in the first half.
Yeah.
I know the points has got to be a career high. They're going to need that from her going forward, and they're really going to need continued production from Moore, Banner, Hall. They've got to find someone with the confidence to hit those outside shots and loosen things up a little bit. These teams are going to be able to just mug Tompkins and Young. Otherwise, Tompkins gets it to Moore, who kicks it out for a 3. No good. Rebound, Wallace.
They got to make those.
Wallace up ahead to Darrington. Darrington with what would have been an easy layup, but she missed it. And they get her for the foul. They might have gotten Rhodes for the foul as Tompkins grabbed the board. And KT will go to the line 1-1.
Great.
Best news for Scott County, the clock stops with 3:18 to go. 4th foul on Rhodes. More good news for Scott County.
Right.
Rhodes has 4, Wallace has 4. So both teams are in some difficulty. Handcuffs are on a little bit. It's a good first free throw for Tompkins. She will get the bonus. She has 5 in this 4th quarter. She has 18 on the night. Tompkins and Young, as expected, have carried SC. Makes both. 4 for 4 from the line down the stretch. It's a 4-point game. 3:18 to go. Bradley Price with the ball for Douglas. Guarded by Mosby with 4 fouls. Everybody's got 4 fouls.
Yeah.
Well, Tompkins has 3.
Okay.
That's a good thing. Price spins, kicks. Baker, 3. Yes.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Dagger.
That was a dagger. Now they're out 7 points.
She has hit 3 tonight. 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. She has 12 points. Tompkins gets it to Moore through traffic. Mosby from the corner for 3. No, air ball, rebounded by Wallace.
They're just not making the threes here when they need to.
Wallace will pull up. No good. Darrington gets the rebound, though. Kicks it back out to Rhodes, who traveled. 3-possession game with 2:32 to go. 56-49. Scott County hanging on by its fingernails.
They got to get something here.
No question.
Oh, no.
Thrown away. Baker.
Bad pass.
Ahead to Darrington. Darrington gets fouled by Tompkins. That'll be KT's 4th. Clock stops at 2:26. Yana Darrington, nothing. I want to say nothing but net, but it was the wrong part of the net.
It was air ball.
She will get a second because it's a shooting foul. She is definitely not, from what I've seen the past 2 years, their best foul shooter. She makes the second, however.
Right.
They break the pressure. Banner made the extra pass to Mosby. It gets knocked away by Wallace. It will stay with Scott County.
Sometimes you just need to shoot those kind. You're open, 8 to 7 feet out.
Again, it's that confidence thing. Tompkins with the and one.
Right.
Assist from Hall on the inbounds pass. Makes the free throw.
Right. Well, she got 22 now.
That would be 9 this quarter, 15 this half, 22 in the game. You are correct. Inside to Wallace, yes. And that's what Douglas needed to get it back to a 3-possession game.
Yep.
They've lulled him to sleep making so many threes. Moore in the corner to Banner. Moore gets it back. Moore drives. Moore misses. Rebound Mosby, but stepped on the line. Douglas ball. 1:46 to play. Broncos up 7. And Douglas in no hurry. Bradley Price taking her sweet time across the timeline. Tipped by Mosby. Price gets it back barely on the bird logo. Now she finds Wallace inside. Tompkins, good defense to get her feet set. Wallace threw it out of bounds. I guess they're going to say it was off of Scott County.
That's what they're saying, but looked like it should have been Scott County's ball.
Hall guarding the inbounds pass. They're going to call an illegal screen on the Broncos. So SC staying alive with 86 seconds to play. They've got to score in a hurry. 3-possession game, as we've said. Up ahead, Moore to Mosby. Mosby drive. Mosby lays it in. 5-point game. Price, leisurely pace across the Cardinal. 105 and counting.
They've got it.
Mosby with 4 fouls.
They got to get out on her.
Somebody else has got to switch with her and foul. Moore's got 4 fouls too. The question is who's going to do it. Kelsey Hall really needs to come out and do it.
Right.
They're going to screen her.
Oh,
They're going to
they
take
a
an
three.
ill-advised shot. Foul on the rebounding action. It's going to be on Douglas.
13.
And Scott County
Yeah.
is going to be
She
shooting
fouls
as
out.
Allison Wallace fouls out with 12 points. The clock stops with 44.4 seconds. And it's a double bonus, so Kelsey Hall will get 2 chances to cut into the lead. Perhaps make it a 3-point game.
There you go.
Who's going to be left if this thing goes to overtime? That's the burning question. Kelsey Hall makes the first free throw.
Nice.
Kelsey has 2 points on the evening. In and out for the second, but gets her own rebound and a foul on the Broncos. Hall will go back to the line for 2.
How about that? That was a nice turn of events.
29-20 at halftime in the Great Crossing game.
All 23 fouled out.
Another player has fouled out for the Broncos. That would be Love. At least, or they're trying to decide who the foul's on, I guess.
Evidently wasn't on 23 because
Well,
she's staying in the game.
now they switched it up. So Kelsey Hall going to get a chance to cut into this lead some more. She makes the first 3-point game. Three clutch free throws from Kelsey Hall, 59-57. The drive, the kick, the 3-point attempt that they don't need is no good. Tompkins rebound, chance to tie. KC pulls up, 24 seconds.
Get a good 3.
They have 1 timeout. Tompkins will dribble on top of the Cardinal. They're going to play for 1 shot and try to tie the game or maybe win it with a 3. Tompkins to Malia Moore, drives the baseline, steps out, 6 seconds, 5. She's going to find help into KT. They're going to call a block shot. Tied up by Love. Possession arrow goes to Douglas. And it's a good thing for them that Love didn't foul out. .9 seconds left.
Couldn't get much closer than this.
No, this has been a good one. It's been tough to watch at times. This looked like an opening week game in a lot of ways.
I'm surprised they're doing a district game this early in the season. They don't do that.
Yeah, you know, well, I was shocked when Douglas and Henry Clay boys played the other night.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, it's early for sure. But you play each other twice, and you play Sayre once, so you got a 7-game district schedule. So you only have a certain amount of time to play them.
Right.
Especially in the COVID era, you don't want to take any chances, I guess.
Scott County's got a foul right on the passing.
Yeah, you can't let any more of that time slip off the clock than is already on it, 2.9. And another timeout as they've seen what they're going to do, and the chess match continues.
So they'll probably change it up now.
We shall see. 2.9 seconds, 2-point game, 59-57. Douglas on top over Scott County, which is scratched and clawed against all odds, with Tyra Young fouled out, with KT with 4, with Malia Moore with 4, with 2 seniors injured. Kelsey Hall made some big free throws to keep it alive. Douglas helped with some shot selection. And here we are. Price will inbound it. Tompkins with her back turned. Everybody's with their back turned.
They've got a different setup now.
Douglas dribbled it off their foot. Turnover forced by Bell Banner. 1.8 seconds. Cards have a chance.
No timeouts left.
And Douglas will call a timeout.
Well,
Cards have life with 1.8 seconds.
I can't believe Douglas called timeout. Scott County didn't have a timeout. They wouldn't
have
been able to set up anything. That helped Scott County.
That is
that's not a smart move.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No.
I mean, especially with that little amount of time. You don't want to give them time to talk it over.
You got to just lob it into Kennedy and let her see if she can do something.
I believe you are correct.
That's what you got to do.
She's the only one that can be taking the shot. Of course, Douglas knows that.
Right. But they could foul her, she gets 2 foul shots. But the way Hall was
or
hitting
three,
her
or 3 if it's a 3. So
well, yeah, that's true. But the way Hall's hitting her free throws,
maybe give her a shot.
Yeah, maybe give her the ball. Let her shoot it. They might foul her. But they'd have to make both foul shots, to tie it. That's pretty amazing. They get the ball back.
The defense paid off. It worked out as Banner goes after the inbounds pass and forces the Douglas player to dribble it off her foot. Banner, the 8th grader, with the heads-up play.
Smart play.
We've got Tompkins, Banner, Hall, Mosby, and Moore on the court for the Cardinals. Hall will inbounds it. 1.8. Hall has the ball. Looking. Malia Moore for 3 for the win. No, air ball caught by Kate Baker, and Douglas survives.
That was a good shot at it, though.
You at least are hoping to draw the contact maybe, but none there. And Frederick Douglas will win it 59-57. I don't know if we'll get any final stats, but we'll go over the scoring. It was a tight one all the way. Moore's 3-pointer at the buzzer. What a game. It was our first close one of the year. We had a pretty good one last night for Great Crossing, but this one came right down to the wire.
Right.
Here come the stats. And we will look them over. Thank you, sir. 59-57, your final. For the Douglas Broncos, Nia Rhodes, the freshman, 16 points. Allison Wallace, the senior, 12 points and 9 rebounds. Kate Baker, the freshman, 12 points. Ayana Sari Darrington, sophomore, 8 points, 15 rebounds, 4 block shots. Douglas only shot 29.2%. They were 12 for 26 from the line. They were 9 for 30 from 3. Scott County, Kennedy Tompkins, 22 points, 13 rebounds. Tyra Young, 20 points, 12 rebounds. Boy, it is a real toss-up between those two for player of the game.
That's what I was thinking.
I guess because Tompkins was on the floor at the end, we will give her the benefit of the doubt. Malia Moore with 6. Kelsey Hall with 4 points and 5 rebounds, some clutch free throws. Bell Banner with 3 and a clutch defensive play. Allison Mosby with 2 for the total of 57. Cards shot 34.6%. They were 14 of 22 from the line, so they warmed up after a slow start. 7 for 22 from 3. That was a good one, Jim. I appreciate you joining me tonight.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Hopefully we'll get to work together again on one of these games down the road, but we've got a lot of them next week, folks. Toyota Classic begins Wednesday night over at Great Crossing with the girls game against Franklin County. But don't miss any of the action, either on the network or be here to watch the games in person. But until then, I want to thank Brett Smith for photography and production tonight, James Scoggin, Mike Scoggin, DT Wells, and of course, again, Mr. Jim McClanahan for standing in with me. I am Cal Oaks saying good night, God bless, have a great weekend. Go out and check one of the boys' games out tomorrow on the road if you can. Until next week, thanks for joining us. 59-57 Douglas, your final over the Scott County girls. Good night, everybody.
Good night.